Hi, I'm Carolyn.
I'm Steve.
And we are
Hooked on Cruising.
Well, it's been a couple of months since we last did a video, which has been way too long. We've had a lot of things come up.
A lot.
Several that were unplanned. So we just wanted to fill you guys in and do a video and just let you know what's been happening with us. And we're actually starting to feel like life is getting back to normal again. So we thought we'd jump on and give you guys a heads up of what's been happening. Well, the first part of May, we were playing pickleball and somebody decided that he was going to break his arm. So I should say broken wrist. So that'd be Mr. Steve. We were playing pickleball and the ball
Coming from our feet.
Coming for his feet, backed up, and the rest was history. So he ended up, what did they call it? Displaced.
Multiple fractures of the radius, which is the thumb side of the forearm, fracture off the ulna, which is the little finger side of the forearm, and about a 2 centimeter displacement of the hand from the bones in the forearm.
Yeah. When we looked
think that an inch away, if you will. So
yeah. So
pretty ugly.
It was pretty ugly. And we'll put some x-rays at the end of the video. We'll put some videos at the end of the video too, if anybody wanted to see sort of what that wrist looked like, because it wasn't very pretty.
Yeah.
So that was May 8th. We ended up having several doctor's appointments, getting second opinions. So that took probably a week and a half or so before we decided to go ahead with surgery.
Get in for surgery, yeah.
Which he ended up with a neat little toy on the exterior of his arm called a fixator.
A fixator.
Fixator?
Yes.
So
my brother, who's a veterinarian, called it an erector set. So
erector set, yeah. So we'll put some pictures up of that as well. So the consensus was from both doctors that the fixator was the best route to go, and that it could be 6 to 8 weeks, maybe a little longer. So that was going to impact our Alaska cruise that we had planned. So we made a painful decision to cancel that cruise, which was, we were so looking forward to it. It was our 19th anniversary. Special cruise for us. We're making a trip to Portland, then up to Seattle. Going to visit Alaska, come back, fly to Calgary after that to visit my brother. So we had a real awesome trip planned.
Neat excursions.
Yeah,
plans, yes.
Neat excursions, whale watching, all kinds of things. So yeah, it was a painful decision to cancel that cruise. The one good thing, we do have annual travel insurance, so with refunds of hotels, which that was fine. We didn't lose any money off of those because they're pretty good with their cancellation fees and if there are any and that sort of thing. So canceling them early was no problem. Of course, canceling the cruise, there was penalties. One of the airlines, we didn't get back on those, and then Southwest gave us credits and a little bit of cancellation fees. So
train ride, we had Amtrak.
Yeah, Amtrak, which that was okay.
Portland
That
to
all
Seattle,
got canceled.
Yeah.
So
that got reimbursed.
filed a claim with the insurance, and just we had I guess that was probably at least 2 months after, maybe a month and a half, something like that, where we filed a claim where I had all of his, emergency room visits, doctor visits, OR visits, everything that every piece of paper that I had, sent it off to the insurance, and our claim got approved. So we were pretty happy that we were not out any money. It was just our poor little hearts were hurt. So
we'll rebook.
It's not off the books. It's still in the plans. Next year's our 20th anniversary, which we wanted to do Hawaii. So now we're talking about a possible Alaska and Hawaii cruise sometime next year. So we'll keep our fingers crossed, see if we get that planned out good. But what also happened in the midst of Steve's broken arm fiasco, my dad, who lives back in Canada, I'm originally from Canada, it ended up that we had to have some elder care and try to figure out how to get him into assisted living, long-term care, whatever that was going to be. It was all new to me. My mom passed away almost 12 years ago, so never had to deal with that sort of thing. So it was pretty eye-opening to figure out Canada's healthcare for elders. So we decided, driving to Canada, about a 12 to 14 hour trip, that we would go to try to figure this out. He was still...
she gets to do all the driving.
I did all the driving, all the heavy lifting for any suitcases and that sort of thing. We did check with the doctors to see if it was okay for Steve to be traveling. With driving, it wasn't a problem. With flying, we had to worry about swelling and that sort of thing. So packed him all up with all of his medical stuff and everything. So we probably spent the majority of June in Canada, spent more time there than we did at home. So several trips back and forth. But we finally got my dad into assisted living at the very end of August. So
it's the summer that wasn't.
Yeah, the summer that wasn't. We basically went from spring to fall. So that's what's been going on with him. Heading there again over the next couple of weeks. He is 89 years old, so he goes for a driving test. So we're going to be there for that. And then we are hoping that once we get home that we will be able to book a last minute cruise to, we don't care wherever it goes. We just want to get away.
Don't care where we're leaving from.
Don't care where we're leaving. Well,
where
we're probably
it's going to.
Yeah, probably somewhere we can drive to. We'll see about flying. But anyways, I'm hoping it's driving. You can bring more stuff when you drive to the cruise port. So we're hoping that we end up booking a cruise once we get back from Canada, sort of last minute, maybe the end of October, sometime in November. We'll keep you posted. So we're really, really hopeful for that because we really need to get away. Just so stare at some water.
We are hooked on cruising.
We are hooked on cruising. So this has been kind of adjustment to not be doing, cruising since February. That's the longest I think we've ever gone that we haven't been on a cruise.
Yeah, a long time.
Yeah. So stay tuned for that. One of the other things that I decided to do with the channel too was I am, for those of you that know me, obsessed, especially with lipstick, but makeup. I love makeup. I've loved makeup since I could wear makeup since I was a teenager. So just a couple of years ago. But just traveling with makeup, what my looks look like, my daytime traveling versus my nighttime traveling on the cruise, or, in vacations in general. So I'm going to start doing some videos on what my toiletry bag looks like, what my makeup bag looks like. Of course, it'll look different if I'm flying versus driving. Because when you're flying, you got to worry about your restrictions with your liquids and that sort of thing. So I did also, I used to belong to BoxyCharm, that is a monthly subscription for makeup. So I did that for a couple of years, decided I need some more stuff. So I joined with Ipsy, and I just received a package from them. It's a monthly subscription. So I'm going to open that and we'll see what we got. I haven't opened it yet, but we'll do a video on that. Just so you could see kind of what it looks like to be on a cruise and bringing your makeup and what that looks like. So anyway, I'm pretty excited about that. Hopefully you are too. And we'll just see what that looks like. If, you guys like it or not, or you rather see more or less, and see what we can do. So I guess that's about it for now. Just wanted to give you guys a heads up of what's been going on with our life, or what's not been going on for that matter. So,
why you haven't seen a whole lot that's new from us for a while.
Yeah,
so.
Exactly. We've been kind of gone for the last several months. So hopefully you'll see some more. So again, stay tuned for those videos on Steve's fixator. And actually, we'll show you now. It's he's still a little bit swollen. You can see where the fixator was attached right here.
Two pins up here.
2 pins here, 2 pins there, and then it's exterior metal contraption that was on here that for some reason we nicknamed tractor. I don't know why, but anyways.
It's a traction device.
Tractor. So anyways, we hope you like this video. Hopefully you'll be able to follow us along a little bit more over the next couple of months, and we'll bring some good cruising to you and that sort of thing. So please like and subscribe to our channel and stay tuned for more. Anyways, for now, we're over and out, and we'll see you later. Hi, Steve.
Hi.
What did you do to yourself?
I've got a bobo.
You have an owie.
Yes, I have a bad owie.
A bad owie. What happened?
We were out playing pickleball the other day, and I was sort of trying to adjust my position on the court to return a ball that was coming to me. Somehow or another, ended up getting my feet tangled up and took a rather nasty fall. Beat up my right wrist. I'm left-handed, so pickleball paddle was over here.
That's good. At least
This landed on the floor, and somehow or another, in the process of that, I ended up sliding about 3 or 4 feet backward and slamming into the back wall of the building that we were playing in.
Yes, before they take him back, say, you want that? And, oh my goodness, your little arm.
oh wow.
Fluffy arm.
Oh, you have a little, yeah.
Oh, no. I had a wristband on. When I pulled the wristband off, the x-rays are indicative of it, but it's like, that was just plain nasty to look at.
I'll tell you what, it looks great. This is nothing like the last one I took off last week. This was nasty. Just want to make sure you don't have any infection at the pin post. Don't pay me no attention.
It goes on and on and on and on.
Looks great. How's that feel?
That's what I've been feeling pulling.
What?
Wiggling fingers, it's like I'm feeling tension right
Oh,
around the
yes.
application.
That
And it's
is
like,
normal.
okay, is that something I need to be concerned about or not, or what do we got going? So, but that's what I was wondering, if it was bandage, adhesive, pulling on hairs or whatever.
Oh, it's actually dry blood.
Okay.
There's no adhesive on these two bandages. This bandage on the inside was an impregnated gauze, which basically just means a medicated gauze. So when you moved, it was probably the dry blood on the bandages that felt like
that was
pulling
one
of
of the
hair.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I'd do more wiggling if I knew that that's what it was. So
Hey, that's good though.
we'll bump my wiggle counts from here on out.
You think you might wiggle a little more now? Yeah, these x-rays are awesome to look at. Oh man, it looks so good. I see no signs of infection.
got it.
Oh, it looks great. It does. It looks so good. Let me get this little string here. Of course, even if it does stay in that scab, it's fine. But
What does that look like? There's a couple of abrasions that are on the underneath side. It looks different than what I was expecting.
What were you expecting?
Not this.
Was it good or bad?
Just different. And I think that's based off the pictures and stuff we had seen online of sort of what to expect.
So is this a shock, or it's like, oh, it's not as much
Well,
as
I was
thought?
expecting the bar across the top, so that part's fine. These things we sort of knew were here, and I could tell that there was a couple of things here. So I didn't expect the roundy things here at the corners.
Yeah. It's quite the contraption.
It's yeah, quite a gizmo.
Man. Does it hurt? Does it feel good to be out of the Band-Aid? Or the wrap, I guess?
There's a little bit of discomfort right now up in the hand.
Okay.
Forearm's okay. It's nice to see that swelling and everything is down.
Yeah. Good job, baby.
one down. Two down. Sorry. You okay?
Yeah.
You okay?
Yep, I'm fine. Kind of surprised the bar didn't show up in the x-rays.
Yeah, it's carbon fiber.
Oh,
They used,
I got told that before,
yeah,
yes, okay.
in the old days, they weren't, they were metal, and they would get in the way of the x-ray and
I
stuff, so
couldn't see
they,
what was going on.
yeah. Sorry, I know those little movements probably get your attention there. I'm trying to stabilize everything.
So I should keep up with the finger exercises, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, Tracy, can you bring some 4x4s over? Okay, so Steve, I'm gonna take the first pin out, and it's usually the first couple twists, 2, 3. You all right?
That's fine.
Okay.
My younger brother's a veterinarian, and when I told him I had a fixator on, he goes, "Oh, an erector set."
Yeah. I wonder if he ever uses stuff like that. I mean,
It's kind of actually was it. I remember them telling me about that in school, like when I was in vet school back in the early '80s. And he goes, "But I've never actually seen one, so apparently not."
these were used almost exclusively back in the 90s and the early 2000s for wrist fractures. I mean, I've put gazillions of these things on, and nowadays the trend has been to put a plate and screws on, but doing so, you got to have sizable enough fragments that you can work with. You know, when your wrist gets kind of powdered, it's difficult to do that and get any reliable results. And I think that's why the hand surgery people, you know, they wanted to get the CT scan to see if there was enough to work with, and then it sounds like when they looked at it, it was like, I don't know, it looks okay with the fixator on.
And that was the comment, was that if we went in with that,
Now I'm gonna do the ones in the hand. The ones in forearm are out. The ones in the hand usually hurt just a little bit more at first, just to give you a heads up.
okay. The comment was, if we tried to put a screw in, we'd probably splinter the
Right,
the fragment.
right. When the fragments are so small, you can't secure them with the little screws that go with those plates. So the fixator, you know, it's a traction device, and the idea is traction will line up things reasonably well, and you don't disturb the actual fracture site itself. Last pin. Those hurt a little more than the forearm ones, don't they?
Yeah.
Sorry. Almost done. Okay, everything's out. Okay, so Tracy, I'm gonna put put some antibiotic ointment down. And I mainly use this because it helps to keep the gauze from sticking to these little places when you take it off here in 24
Okay.
hours. Got a cam here. Thanks.
Do you want an A-strap too, or?
Yeah.
Okay, is he just gonna put his wrist brace on when he gets home?
Uh-huh.
Okay, what size A-strap do you want?
Probably a 3. Okay. So, Steve, can you raise your arm up just a little bit? We're just gonna wrap some gauze around Tracy, we got scissors.